Episode 138 of Cleaning Dishes.
6.
Fucked that one up. How's it going? What's up?
You already know what it is. I'm doing well. But you already know who it is first and foremost.
You have to introduce yourself though.
That's what I have to say. You already know who it is, and I'm about to go to my intro.
Oh, all right, my bad. Start.
But I need no introduction. So who are you?
Take from top.
Yeah. Make hair clipper sounds and take his hair off. It's Mr. Fredtastic, bounce back like elastic, don't melt because it's not plastic. I'm here with the one and only
Thomas.
AKA.
It's just Thomas.
Hey, now you talking. I don't know why I saw a Twitter name for you. That's crazy. That's a good one. It's just Thomas is really good. It's better than.
Oh, you didn't tell me your new name. Your new nickname. Slim.
Oh, yeah. AKA Slim. You already know what it is.
We almost forgot that one.
AKA Slim is in the building. You already know who it is. I'm changing my Twitter on to Slim now.
Are you really?
It's gonna say Slim on there. They gonna be like, the fuck? Nigga, why you call Slim? Like, why not?
Lawrence July's still there though.
Yeah,
like you always give me new ones. I can't always change it every week. I could, but it's a lot of work.
I can always come with another name.
That's a lot of work.
No, but you're right. You got let the ones let that bitch breathe. That's a good one. So let that breathe for a while. Then I'm gonna change my joint to Slim, and that's gonna breathe for a while.
Yeah. See, even better. See,
because it's the S to I to M.
In like 20 episodes, you gave me like 50 nicknames, and I'm like, yo, bro, how you want me to handle all
Hey,
these?
bro, when you popping like that, you popping like that. You just go by a lot of different names when you that boy.
You got to pay for it when you popping?
Nope, you don't.
You don't know what it is. I couldn't tell about anything.
Hey, don't have to know what it is when they just handing it to you.
I got to taste for fruit snacks.
Pardon me.
You good?
Mm-hmm.
Back to life? Back to reality?
Back to life. Back to... Vogue on them. Hey, life. Back to reality. Back to... I feel like that was an episode of Fresh Prince, too.
It was.
He was like...
That's a song, too. Yeah. It was a episode where he was dancing and then he would staple the wall.
Yeah, I was like...
Malcolm X, and he was like, Shabba! You said he was Shabba Ranks?
Yeah.
All right, so I have a question for you. In honor of the 21st, right?
What's happening on the 21st? Oh, okay, go ahead. Tell me what you want to say.
21st, I think some...
so what you want to say first?
Planets are colliding or some shit. But on the 21st, some shit's happening. But for the 21st, what would you like your superpower to be? Since we both black and our melanin is on 10. Well, mine's a higher level 10 than yours is, but still melanin is on point.
It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? What's my superpower? Well, on February 21st, that's supposed to be, I think it's called the Great Collision or some shit like that. I don't know what it's called.
It's a collision of the worlds.
No, I forget what it's called. Something with a C, and it happens like every 20 years. And so what happens is like...
Conquistador.
Great Conquistador?
Mm-hmm.
The two planets, I think Saturn and Jupiter, are going to be like aligning. They're going to line up.
Mm-hmm.
Or damn near align.
They're supposed to be aligning with our chakras.
And so the idea, hey, if you're not astrologist or something like that, yeah, they do say all that shit. And so like, just like, yeah. Anyway, I'm just thinking about all the different astrology shit I hear from people and how crazy it be sometimes. And so this one is that because the moon, because Saturn and Jupiter are aligning, black people are supposed, I don't know why black people, but black people are supposed to get powers.
Speaking to existence, bro.
And so my thing is black people already have power.
Ooh, talk about it.
And so no one man should have. So you've been sleeping on playing on that. No, but if I had a superpower, I'm basing it off of who I am as a person now.
Okay.
I'd just be hungry a lot. No, I'm playing. No, just eat up. I'd just be greedy. No, I would have the gift of gab. That would be my superpower.
All right, you already have that. You need something more elaborate.
No, but
you already have that.
Let me break it down for you.
We know what the gift of gab is. Matter of fact, go ahead. You may have like a different version of gift of gab.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
So with the gift of gab, the ability of that is, remember Mr. Purple from
McDonald's to my Grimace?
No, nigga. From Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
So it's essentially verbal manipulation.
Oh, so I didn't watch Jessica Jones. I gotta finish watching it.
So my version of the gift of gab is the idea of having almost knowing what to say when to say it. And so the idea is that you manipulate with your voice. So you can get people to do things and persuade people to do things just by using your words.
So you mean like a ventriloquist of sorts?
Well, no, ventriloquist just says things and sound from a different place and a different location. Oh. Well, yeah, that's what a ventriloquist is. But the idea is that the gift of gab is a two-parter. My version of the gift of gab is two-parter. One, if I read any language, or hear any language, I cannot speak that language. And
Whoa!
the other is you can use your voice to.
Is it only if you hear it? Oh, that's kind of sick. I like that one.
Yeah.
So is it only temporary? So you like if you hear it, you can only speak it in that time being, or do you just retain it?
You just retain it.
So what if I made up a language? Would you be able to like?
I'd be able to decipher your language. That's the idea of the gas. Being able to say things, I gotta be able to speak to you. So that's the idea
that's pretty lit. I ain't gonna front. It's kind of better than mine. I'm actually kind of jealous.
Oh, what you have?
All right, hold on. Let me go ahead and put my handy.
What's your quirk? My quirk is gift to gab.
I think mine's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely defines my character as a human being on Earth. So I will have high level charisma and charm with the ability to snap fire out my hands. So if it'll break down the lane.
Hold on. High level charisma and charm?
Yeah, with the ability to snap fire out my fingertips. So when I do this, like fire comes out. So I'm a mixture of Gambit, but instead of me throwing out kinetic cards, I'm able to throw out fire.
Oh, so you just create the pyro.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're romantic because you're dealing with the fire and you can...
See, you already know where I'm going.
See where you go with this.
I can't just snap at it.
You know what's funny as shit?
What's funny?
You said Gambit, and when I thought of my power, I thought of Gambit.
Did you really?
Yep. Because like Gambit has that charm, so that's actually a power of his. His charm is his charm goes beyond. It's actually his power.
Yeah, like
and I was like, so I thought about that. Like, what's the thing? And I was like, it has to do with voice. Such as podcasters, it makes sense. Like,
yeah, podcasters.
Yeah,
I fuck with it. I fuck with it.
Thing, like, you know, I thought, yeah, it makes. If I was like, oh, I just look at things, they blow up. You like, that's, I guess, but you want a podcast, you want radio, and then you ain't gonna see nobody. You were like,
high level persuasion. I like. Not everyone has charm or charisma. Like, it's one of the things where you have to just learn it from like trial and error, and when it's in you, it's in you. You know what I'm saying? Like you just know how to do it.
You be a problem, bro. You be a problem, boy. When you get the right amount of charisma, boy, you be a problem. You be like, hey, oh my gosh. You be saying anything to someone, they be like, you're so rude.
No, you should give me this for free. Why would I do that? Because you don't get to me for free.
I didn't talk about that.
No,
So we was at the story time. It was my birthday. Aaron and I had went to, I think it was a Marshall's. No, what's the one right around the corner here? Right here in the spot. Aaron was Ross. Okay, we was at Ross. Aaron can vouch for this. He was there. And, I'm sorry, it was Burlington. We went to Burlington. The Burlington over there. Went into there. And we were going there. I was getting some stuff for my birthday because we were going to go out and I needed some new stuff or whatever. So I went over there. And I was getting some shoes and a few other pieces. And I remember talking to the girl and I thought I was flirting with her, being funny, whatever, just goofy, whatever.
It's just cricket as fuck.
I'm telling you right, on everything I love, the shoes was the most expensive part, and she gave them to me for free, bro. On everything I love, you can ask Aaron. You can ask Aaron, bro. I was talking to her, I flirted with her a little bit, ha, he, and she sure as hell gave me them shoes for free. That's on God, bro.
Damn, she malfunctioned the computer for you?
Yo, hey, you know I'm a tech dude, yo. She's like, yo, you know what I mean? Shouldn't have to pay for it. It's like that. It's like
the 21st already happened for you.
All my life. You waiting for the powers? Already got mine. You know what I'm saying?
Pete, we only got 3 more days. We only got 3 more days too. That's the crazy part.
You don't be feeling that surge of energy in the mornings?
Sometimes I do that. It be twinkling down my back. My back, lower back weak, so it be going through and shit. And once it gets to my back,
that's aging.
Yeah.
That ain't tingling. That's aging.
I'm like, I feel. My back. My back. Shit. That powder, hold on. Use restraint.
Oh wow.
Why you playing? My back actually was hurting today though.
Damn. No, but that's. I just figured for some reason to me, I was like, if I'm relating to myself, the gift to gab just sounded like it just made the most sense to me. That's why I called that quirk, the gift to gab.
The gift to gab.
What would you call yours? I mean, you got charisma and charm. Charisma and pyro and
fire.
Fire. Can you shoot fire, or you just create the fire and then you can manipulate the fire?
I can create fire. So I got it from an old boy from
Full Metal Alchemist. Yeah, for sure.
So what he does is he has gloves on, but the gloves is a conductor for fire. So it's like a spark.
Oh, okay.
So once he sparks, he's able to control the fire from that spark.
Okay, so you can create it and then okay.
So what I wanted to do was I wanted to be able to create fire. So the idea behind it is like they say that the idea of creating fire is only reserved for God.
Ooh,
right.
Because man only discovered fire. They can't create it.
They can't create it.
Right, it's a natural element.
So ideally, I'd be able to create fire. I wouldn't be a god, but
why not, Black King? Tell them why not, Black God. You know, after this, we no longer kings, we gods now. After this, we no longer kings, we gods now. I just want to point that out, yo.
I have nothing to say that you right. Like you really are right though.
I'm just saying though. After this, at the 21st, is level up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Double up. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be a good skit. I'm like, yo, what happened on the 21st? That should be a movie, bro. What happened to black people on the 21st? Well, we ended up all getting killed.
Hey, if we ascend though, what happens? We still in heaven, bro.
Hey,
our heavenly
I
bodies,
hear it.
dog. Heavenly bodies.
I hear
Deities
it.
now, dog. What you saying?
You say we deities?
Deities or diets? I don't know. One, two of them. I don't read the words very well. We either gonna be deities or diets. Mine might have said diets. I don't know. So,
Deities.
I'm like,
All right, movies. Movies we watched this week. So we watched Life in a Year.
So before we get into that, tell them why you're doing why the movies. Why we decided to do movies. I don't think we ever explained that to them.
I thought we did. When is Finding Niche? I thought we explained it before we actually started doing it.
I don't know if we ever did.
I can explain it again then. So we wanted to make sure we find a niche and also have great content for y'all. So we thought about it and like what are we going to like stick to as far as like having content for y'all, and we decided on movies and TV shows in general because we all, especially during this pandemic, we all have shows and stuff where it's like I've seen this, I've seen that, and all the suggested shows I'm not going to watch. What's something that I can like kind of get intrigued by? Yeah,
and we do watch, and even before this, we were always watching movies together. Yeah. We would have some wild conversation while watching these movies.
Honestly, those will be the best ones.
Because you either have a wild conversation, because something would come up. Usually it was me starting a conversation like, what would you do if? Or you saying, what would you do if? And then some dumb shit. And it's like, okay, wow. Like, and then we literally in the middle of a movie are talking about the stupid situation, arguing about the stupidity of our ideas. And so it just made the most sense about, let's kind of share this and let's embellish on this a little bit. So that's why we ended up doing. I know people wonder why I gotta make the transition. It was, and honestly, it's a little bit easier as far as content finding. As you said, there's always something new out, something coming up, and in the quarantine, you're not going out as much, so your adventures are trimmed down. So real life is only happening inside the home, and this happens inside the home. So that's why.
I also wanted to say, if you haven't seen Tenet, watch it. And
he's taking shots. He looked at me when he said it, bro. No,
you stupid. No, but so we are major anime lovers, so we gonna give you a heads up fucking now. There's this anime called Attack on Titan.
Yeah, boy.
It's the last season. When that thing is done, we're gonna have a good episode. It's gonna be like 3 hours long about it.
We about to dive in.
So don't be like, oh, you talking about anime. I don't know why that's fucking hilarious. Don't be like, oh, you talking about anime. We giving you a heads up now. It's like the best anime ever made.
Definitely, for sure.
I know if you want to co-sign that or not.
For sure.
I know more about it than I should, so I'm definitely like, I'm happy I know, but I'm also sad that I know because it's like I wait for everybody else to catch up.
Ooh, ahead of the game, he said.
No, I
above the rim.
I have a terrible knack of like spoiling great movies before like.
Oh, you spoiled it for yourself.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad how bad I spoiled it.
You so far ahead of the game that you spoiled things for yourself.
Yeah, I really was like.
Crazy.
I wish I could unlearn what I learned.
Dang.
Yeah, it's bad.
Sometimes you get to unlearn though. That's a crazy thing. Sometimes you get to unlearn.
What Jay-Z say? Damn, he has a line for this too.
But
you can never heal what you never reveal. It relates to unlearn some shit. I don't know.
Jigga.
Anyway.
Jigga.
So first movie we're gonna get into is Life in a Year.
Jigga.
So Life in a Year is a cute movie featuring Jaden Smith and Carol
Baskin.
The Evangelist.
No, you're not gonna do her name.
What? How you pronounce it, my nigga? Damn.
The Evangelist is the best. Go with that.
No, I'm not. I know it's hella wrong.
The Evangelist.
Delevingne.
I'll give you that. That's what it looks like it says.
Jaden Smith and Cara Delevingne in a cute romantic movie. Year in the Life. Oh damn. Life in a Year follows a young man named Darren who is top of his class, top of his athletics, and his parents love him. So we think. His life takes a sharp turn when he meets Isabella, who is the complete opposite. Meeting Isabella feels like the best thing that can happen to him. Unfortunately, his new muse comes with bad news.
Yeah.
That rhyme, bro. Give me that. I just realized that. Muse and news? Man, I really am Hove, huh?
Oh.
I went too far?
It's not that you went too far. You chose the wrong turn to go that far. Okay. Does that make sense?
It does. When
I was like, Jigga, you could have ran with it then at that point. Yeah. You wait till you said a real bad bar, then was like, oh, I'm rapper.
That's a bad bar, though?
You rhyme 2 words, but that
you understand the correlation between muse and news, huh? Let me break it down for you. Look.
Break it down, Jigga.
So when you have a muse, right?
Okay.
That could be good or bad news. But when you have a news, that's your new muse.
You know what muse means?
Yeah. Let it connect. Just let it connect.
I'm trying. It's just
What do you say? Me and RZA connect. That's what. See, him and RZA didn't want to connect, but they connected somehow, some way. We gotta make up about the hood someday.
ooh, Jigga.
Hey, sometimes I try to feed the street.
Mr. The Rock.
No, we're not doing that.
Thank you. So one thing I want to point out too, that when you say total opposites, Darren is a rich kid. Like he's come from a family's wealthy.
I mean, I don't want to say they're rich. They're doing much better in terms of life than others would consider.
That's literally called rich.
I know, but like they black, I ain't want to call it that because it makes him like he got privilege, but he does.
You don't have a different privilege when you have money versus when you don't. The different types of different levels, different types of privileges. You still have privileges, like yeah, but I mean that's the whole that's kind of the idea, like of them being opposites. It wasn't just like the family setting as far as like, oh, his parents loved him and her parents didn't. It was just like yeah, he came from money. Like he came from money and she did not. Like so they lived in like different areas and everything. Like it was very different for him. Like
different lifestyle.
Very different lifestyles. Like yeah, like so I played that because that plays a lot into the movie and stuff like that. How she even feels like why is he even trying to talk to me type shit. And
he was like because you a baddie. That's what he says, right?
No. He did though. I'll let you start with like going into it.
All right. So the movie's actually pretty good. I enjoyed it. So spoiler road, here we come. That's really all I got. It's a cute chick flick, I guess you can call it.
Yeah, I mean by definition, I think because it is about love and it's about love. It's about love and this relationship that's growing. This relationship that stems up and grows. I do like one of the things that's kind of cool in the movie is Darren has a hobby or has a growing up the way he grows up. Growing up rich, a lot of times it comes with some you have privileges, but also comes with stipulations, or so, if you will. Okay. There's things that happen. Not stipulations. That's what I'm looking for. I
know where you're looking for, but I can't think of it.
Yeah, but there's some things that come along with that privilege, as far as stifle, whatever. Some stoppings. We'll call it stoppings. I can't think of the right word. That come with that, and he pays for that by he misses out like there's passions he has that he doesn't get to pursue and stuff like that. And one of his passions is what actually kind of got him linked up to this girl in the first place. So that was kind of cool. And then in a lot of the movie, without giving it away, it's about the girl trying to help her and her trying to help him pursue this passion. And him kind of fighting against his inner being, that war between himself about like, do I follow my passion or my parents? So you know what parents?
Yeah.
And so he goes through that a lot. And so, and I mean, like the like typical rich kid stuff. Like I want to be this, but my parents want me to be this and do that and do this and do this to go down this set the plan. There's always a plan that they have. You hear that a lot, and so there's a lot of that. It's do I follow my passion or my plan? Passion or plan, and that's what they go through a lot. And it was really dope how they did it. Jaden does a good job in there. I didn't know what to expect because I've seen Jaden act a few times and I wasn't like,
you wasn't blown away.
It was a good movie. I still watched the movie. He was never bad in the movies I saw him, and I always liked him. So I was like, cool.
He's cool. I feel like he's an A actor for the roles he get and who he is. But like his acting is like cool. I mean, he's not as good as Keanu Reeves, but he all right.
You see, so they be trying to pick on me because like I said one time that. Because like the one major time, like we had the actual, I started this all off. I was be defending that.
What you was gonna say next is gonna determine how I was gonna respond to you. So I was gonna let you have it.
Because I said that Keanu Reeves was overrated. Oh, is that what I said? I said he wasn't as good as people say he was. That's why I said it wasn't. Yes, that's overrated. I said he was overrated in his movies because people was making like he deserved a lot of the movies he got, and they were like, no, like that movie was good. And I was like, I'm not saying the movies he was in wasn't good. I said that he himself in the movies wasn't the best. And he'd tell you that. He was like, I'm not the strongest actor. He said that.
He wouldn't tell you that, bro.
He said that before.
No, he didn't.
He has said that his acting wasn't the strongest.
He said he
needed to work on.
According to him, he said he was better than Denzel. That's what he said.
Do you know who Keanu Reeves is?
You never said that?
Jigga would know. So you tell me.
Don't do that.
No. You said Jigga.
Don't do that.
You didn't say Jigga earlier? Say I'm Hove, huh?
Well, you said my line was trash, so.
Everybody got bad bars at some point in their life.
Hove don't.
Yes, he do.
What name a bad bar that he got?
I don't name him. I don't even speak of him.
Hove was the only one that got away with saying triple entendre. Don't ask me how, and we didn't get the third entendre. We honestly had two, and the third one we were like, that's not entendre, and we let him have it, and we said that he was the best rapper alive. And I'm never going to question that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so I was saying that no, but I overall the movie was actually pretty good. It was, and I feel like they did a good job of, although it was like I guess you would consider it a chick flick, it didn't get super mushy. You know, sometimes you watch me like, to me chick flicks are really mushy. Like you can see girls be like, oh, the whole movie and shit. And it wasn't like that. It was like,
I feel like when he did his thing, girls will be like, oh, he did that for her.
well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I think any human being should do that at that point, because like what he was doing was crazy. What he was doing,
extra shit, yeah.
Yeah, that was, I'm not crazy in the sense like it's bad, but crazy like, yo, like, wow, like you really stepped up and like was trying to do what you did. Yeah. You use your privileges for good and was trying to do, like, I mean, because most niggas couldn't do that. Like,
oh yeah,
like nah. But it's a dope movie. It is something I would say watch it. I thought it was fun to watch. There was some parts that made me laugh. I liked seeing Jaden, and you can't help but compare him to his father, Will.
That sucks, but yeah.
And I think it's cool because I like to compare because I like to see how they're different. I think that's cool that they're different.
You're a nice guy. Most people be like, yeah, he's not good as Will Smith.
Most people ain't me, and that's their problem.
What?
Exactly.
No.
Triple entendre didn't even ask me how.
No, you're not hoe. No. No, that's different.
Home
has a track record.
I have a track record.
No, you don't.
Let's look at all my episodes and listen to my track record, bro.
No, you didn't spit bars like that. You didn't spit.
Give me a beat.
You didn't
spit. Give me a beat.
We're not doing
this,
bro.
See, Hov would have did it.
Hov would done what? He don't make beats.
He don't gotta make a beat.
Honestly, Hov did a cappella. I'm just saying.
Oh, bet. Say no more.
No. It's okay. My bad. You're right. Okay. You got it.
Okay then.
I do want to talk about. He brought it up, and I forgot about it. But so in Life in a Year, his dad is Cuba Gooding Jr., which I thought was kind of crazy. But talk about that in a minute.
Yo, I would never forget. I can't, dog.
No, we got to talk about that shit now. That shit was crazy. So you're watching the movie, right? And it's like maybe 5 minutes in, and you see his father is Cuba Gooding Jr. and we stopped for a minute. We looked at the screen, looked at each other, and was like, "Is that?"
Yeah. Was this before or after? Because I feel bad. Because the only thing I can think of from Cuba lately is him yelling some real profane shit at like a club or some shit, and so I can't unsee that.
If you don't say it, I'm gonna say it.
I'm not gonna say it. I don't want to say it because it was so crazy.
You're quoting him.
Yeah, I'm good on that though. I don't know. I just feel, sometimes you just feel like something gonna come out of that. Something gonna come to me.
You know what? You're right. I'm gonna pass on
that though. But
if you need help finding it, it's on YouTube. Just type in Cuba Gooding Jr. and baby, and it should pop up somewhere in that list.
Yo, fuck it. I'll say that.
Yes.
So Cuba was at a club or I don't know where he was. But he was yelling, and he was obviously out of his mind. He was definitely under the influence of something.
Life.
And he under the influence of something. And he was out there yelling, and he's yelling, and he yells, "Somebody suck that baby's dick!" And
bro, you did.
He didn't say that?
No, it's how he said it though. Because the first time he was like saying it like someone sucked that baby's dick. He's like, he said it the first time of like someone needs to go take care of that. And the second time he said it was a demand, like it was like on fire or some shit.
Right.
And my question is, what was the baby doing in the club? That's what
like, what was the baby in this? Because in the dealership they will say like, "What's the baby? Like, what's the situation? What are we talking about here?" So when he said the baby, I was like, "What the fuck is he talking about? Or who is he talking about?
A baby?
Or was there actually a baby?" And I was like, "And why are you going to do that? Like, what's who?" What? And like to this day, I don't have an explanation for why he said it. So I can't. So I always think of this and be like, "What the fuck was he talking about?"
He was concerned about a baby getting attention that the baby deserved, and he's the only one concerned about it with a KFC bucket on his head. No one seemed to question why he was the only one concerned about this child. But you know what? I'm glad someone cared.
He was just somebody sucked his. He had a mic, didn't he? Yeah. He had a microphone, bro. He had a microphone yelling in the club. Somebody sucked his baby's dick.
I think he even cut the music off. Like, whoever was playing was like, "Hey, yo, chill. Yeah, let's find out who's gonna suck this baby's dick."
He's like, "Somebody sucked this baby's dick. Somebody sucked this baby's dick," and I'm just like.
I was like,
what? And I was like, whoa.
I saw that shit. I was dead. So seeing him in that and then seeing this, it's like.
And it made me laugh because I was like, did he have on the same outfit? And I was like, maybe he did it after the movie, bro. I was so weak. I was about to look back at the video again. I should look at this video, see if he had the same outfit on.
That would answer so many questions we did.
Fresh off the set. He was fresh off the set. Like, yo.
Oh, yeah, you sucking character, huh?
Yeah, he was. But yeah, he did a good job in that movie, too, playing playing the role that he played.
And playing the father of Jaden.
Yeah, I actually forgot Above the bottom. Like I haven't started seen him in so long.
Oh, Cuba?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think anything of it.
He definitely is gonna be marred for a while. Like, I don't know what he did.
I don't know. I just remember him getting into trouble as far as like being like over. I don't know, dog.
I hope
Just under the influence out like he was. Like when we saw him.
Yeah, he don't need to do drugs. If you do drugs, he turn to be like that. You don't need to do drugs. You just gotta chill, bro.
Like I'm not sure what the last time I remember seeing this dude, he was in Boat Trip. That was the last time I seen him. It was this movie that I remember. He was in this movie where
he was on radio.
Oh. That was the last time I saw Cuba was radio. I forgot he played radio, bro.
We had a joke about that too on the podcast, and I don't remember what it was. We talking about radio. Was that us? Was that Alice Joe Budden podcast? My bad. Damn, that's crazy.
Wow, you mixing
yeah,
your
that's
own podcast
crazy,
with somebody
yo.
else's, bro. I see the success in your eyes, so I like that. But at the same time, bro, you walking.
I'm trying to lock in like Diddy.
No, Fred in town. I'm done. Go steal somebody else's ad-libs.
Fuck him.
No, Fred in town.
What Hope said, you weren't using your voice right, so I took it.
That's true. He did say that.
No, but I thought that it was dope how so Jaden Smith's character, my bad, what's his name? Darren. And his father was basically mentoring him or raising him as fathers should do. And he was saying, basically he had him on a plan of like what his goals were going to be, what he's going to do to accomplish them, and like what he could do to help. The dad was really stern, but he had him on like a rigorous course of like how you going to achieve your goals and shit. It was dope, but it definitely was like overbearing. But I thought that was sick because I feel like we all need like a plan, a step-by-step plan of what we want to do, what we want to accomplish. I thought that was really nice how he did that.
Right.
But I thought that he just like, he hammered it home a little too much. So
Yeah, I agree with you on this idea of having a plan is a good idea. But I think at the same time, like you said, when it's that rigorous and you're talking about here's the problems I see with that a lot of times. People have this like, okay, this happened, the same thing happened in fucking Fresh Prince. The plan was for Carlton, remember? That Carlton had this whole plan laid out for his life, how he was going to do this, he was going to do this, he was going to do all these things to end up in school. Remember, he was like, I'm going to
go to Harvard.
This specific Princeton.
Harvard.
For Carlton?
Yeah.
It was not Harvard.
Yale?
It was
Penn? My bad. Go ahead.
You see how I stayed quiet? I was just looking at you.
Hey, the engine's outside running.
Yeah, there's an engine. Very good, Thomas.
Fuck out of here, no.
Yes. Yeah, whenever you do that kind of shit, now I'm start doing that. Very good, Thomas. Start playing radio. My radio.
Just said.
Fuck with the ball, yo. Said Jet Set Radio. He's like radio.
Oh my god, this is a crazy.
That was a shit, but no.
This boy a fool.
But no, that happened to Carlton. He had this whole plan, and then the second one thing didn't go through, which was him going to that school. Boom, there's your plan. So it's like you can spend your whole life trying to follow this one ass plan so strict, and then one thing don't go right, and it's like, what's the point of the fucking plan now? Like everything's shit now.
That's what old girl's. That's what Isabella's gripe was. Like you can have she wasn't even saying you have a plan. She's just like, let's go out there and live life.
Yeah,
and like you'll figure out some shit. Like just do that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I can understand her mindset on that coming from the place that she was in and where she was coming from. That's understandable. I think coming from his mindset and understanding where he was situation is, it was in him having a plan does make sense. But for that plan, as you said, which I agree with wholeheartedly, to be that rigorous to the point where he wasn't allowed to have a childhood.
Yeah.
It's terrible because you see how people that have that go through that turn out. Every person you could think of in lifetime who grew up with no real childhood like that because their parents were strict as fuck. Usually it's a dad for some reason. Whatever it was, strict as fuck. When you see them come back around later on in life, they getting accused of child molesters and all kinds of crazy shit. Michael got accused of that shit. Fucking, they tried to put that on the what's his name?
Tito.
No,
Reggie.
But but a lot of them they end up being fucked up in the head. Is what I'm saying. They end up being fucked up. They end up in situations they're either on drugs all crazy, or they're hanging out with people that's not their age that they shouldn't be hanging out with type shit, or they just get accused of a lot of different things. They end up going through life like really a lot of rough patches with no real. I followed this plan to be an actor, and at some point in time it fell through. I just fell off the map. And now I'm trying to get back to that road and I can't. And I'm stuck on drugs. Like, look at BoJack Horseman type shit. Like, nigga, like, even this nigga's crazy shit. Now, granted, like, he grew up really strict parents and shit like that. I mean,
BoJack?
Yeah. Remember his parents were super strict on him and shit.
I find it funny we're taking left lessons from a horse. That's a cartoon.
Based off of what?
Nay. Based off of Hollywood actors. You're right.
Like, and so you see this shit, like, you see him get pinned for that kind of dumb shit. It's like, yeah, like, so you gotta be careful, like, because you could end up being you playing so hard for your child's success that you low key realize it's your fucking plan that you didn't succeed at or whatever from one reason or another. Yeah. And now you're trying to force on your child. And like, so you gotta be careful with that shit. Yeah. You fucked them up so badly. I did everything I could. Like, yeah.
I mean, fuck them kids though.
You right.
No, I do agree with what you're saying though. I've learned now that's best to like successful people just don't stumble upon success all the time. They really do plan it, you know what I'm saying? They actually like find out what their goal is and work for it and achieve it. But it's the idea of like, if you don't want to do that no more, you can say that. Like, if you actually gave it 100% and you're like going in, you're like, I don't feel it anymore the way I once did. This isn't what I want to do anymore.
Do you even feel it anymore?
You can change your path. You know what I'm saying? It's like a fair thing.
You can change your path. No, but yeah, it was good. That's fucked up, man. I'm thinking about that. I'm like, damn, I'm feeling bad people like that, and they go through that kind of stuff of just being like, you're gonna do this, and you're gonna do these things, and da 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 da.
Well, I'm glad you feel bad for me. I appreciate you.
Shut up.
What?
Because even the people that are successful, a lot of times that have good, like real success like that, they off. Not necessarily.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, he had success, but then at one point in time that
Justin Bieber.
There was all the things that came along with that. I don't know if Justin Bieber necessarily was. I don't know how fucked up was he. Fucked up?
I don't know. I'm fucking with you.
I was like, I don't know if he was.
My bad, Justin.
Up. I know. I would say Michael. Yeah, Michael had a lot of success. Michael also was an
adult going through a lot.
Yeah, like he was going through a lot, man. Like it was on him.
No, he was a child going through a lot.
He was a child. Yeah. I
remember they tell stories about how dad used to be doing boomerangs and shit.
Say so he could bring it back. The only thing I got to ask him to come back. Don't think about that.
He said he throw it and had to come back. Yeah, we dumb as shit. But no.
That's foul, man. But yeah. No, overall, I thought that movie was good. I enjoyed it, even though it was considered a chick flick. I never quite understood the definition of that movie.
I don't know what chick. Honestly, to keep it butt with you, I don't know what chick flick is. I just heard that like it involves love, and people be like, "Oh yeah, if it got love in it, it's a chick flick." So
I guess that's the only thing. I think any movie where it is, where you know the girls are like, "Oh," all crazy about the movie, I just like chick flick. Like that's my mindset. She going like, "Oh," every time, or she start crying and shit. You like, all right.
I like chick. I don't think I like chick flick. I like romantic movies though.
I do enjoy seeing that here and there. I do. 'Cause I think you need that combination.
Yeah.
Between listening to every song that says bitches and hoes, I gotta listen to something else to mix it up.
Balance,
so, yeah. Like, you know, I gotta balance it out. So yeah, get my little romance on. Snikey like, I love you, bitch. See? That's still love. That's crazy because I remember there was a song like that. He was like, I love you, bitch. I was like, I don't think
he was playing guitar too.
I don't think that's how that's supposed to go.
What's that little power?
I don't know. Something popped up over there.
God damn.
Maybe it was maybe the memory card was full.
No, it's the battery. I can see it from here.
Oh.
Damn. Oh, wait, I can charge it up, huh?
This nigga sucks.
I was too busy complaining I couldn't get
yes.
about it.
But the next movie that came up was and that movie we saw about the Life of a Year was on what station? That was on
Amazon Prime.
Amazon. Yeah, that other one was on Amazon too, huh?
Which one? Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I was on Amazon Prime. You can catch that there. If you have Prime, check it out. Let us know what you think.
If you have Prime, if you don't have Prime, we got a coupon code. We ain't got a coupon code.
Relax. Okay. And then the next one also happens to be on Amazon Prime. It was called Sound of Metal.
I'm gonna give him a coupon code, bro.
Directed by Darius Smarter.
We give him a coupon code. Ready to give him a coupon code? For Amazon Prime?
Pardon me. Go ahead, give him the coupon code, bro.
We ain't got no coupon code.
Go ahead.
I just said we ain't got one.
So go ahead and give me a synopsis of.
Oh, that. Sound of Metal. An independent rock duo are on a tour when the drummer suddenly loses his hearing. The movie is about his personal journey on dealing with him becoming deaf.
Yeah, that one was kind of sad. Well, it wasn't sad. It was
It was different. Like it kind of like left you at a state of like, yo, like it is what it is.
It made you take. I think it made me think about the things I take for granted.
I do appreciate my ears more now.
Yeah, because you're just like, yo, like there was nothing he could have done. Like there was
no.
The dude was just like, it might have been just from you playing drums all the time and being in loud places. Remember that's what he told him. He's like, it might have been from you playing from loud, just playing in loud places. He's like, I don't know.
But that dramatic. So basically, when in the movie it starts off, like my man has like normal hearing, like he can hear everything, like great. It's like 20 minutes in, and he's like deaf. Like he goes from being like, he didn't get to eat. This guy was went.
Well, the first time it was like a little bit.
It did.
It went
right.
a little bit, and it can't kind of going in and out, and out. He's like, oh, he thought maybe it was because he was inside the thing, so he left outside or whatever. Mm-hmm. Or it was like, okay, that was weird. Nothing too much of it. Like, okay, so it was over, whatever. And then the next time it happened, it was like, it was just muted. He couldn't hear for shit, and he was like, what the? He couldn't hear himself even playing the drums. He just remembered what he had to do, but he couldn't hear the drums anymore. And he was trying all kind of things, and he couldn't hear anything. And he went through like. Bro, he freaked out. Like, I mean, imagine you.
What they call it? The 5 steps of grieving or something like that? Or 5 steps for like 5 step program? Losing, I don't know.
5 steps of depression. There's a 5 stages of depression?
That. Okay. I think
it's the 5 stages of depression. Just like,
He kind of goes through that in a sense.
Yeah.
And like
let me see.
Like man. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know. Like. Yeah, so when I saw it in the movie, I thought it was going to be. You ain't going to believe me. I thought it was gonna be something like this. So I was listening to like CBS or some shit a long time ago, and there's this blind dude, right? But he was blind, but he didn't have a stick. He walked like a normal person. So what he did was he used sonar. I put this in my life. I know it sounds crazy. I know you ain't gonna believe me, but this is a real thing. It was to the point he got so good at it, he would like try to teach other people. But the thing is that like they would be so hindered by them being like. They would tell themselves that they're blind, that they can't do this, and therefore they wouldn't do it.
So this nigga would he would like yell at something. Like, how would he use sonar?
He would, and he would like feel the area around him and shit.
Oh, this nigga was a what?
Yeah, he's like
a bat.
Yeah, he's on some Daredevil shit.
Batman? That nigga was really like
man bat.
Man bat. Nope, that's a wall. All right, let's keep going.
You playing, but that's how he was. Like for real.
I want to see this shit. That's crazy.
I really had to find it.
What? He's like. Nah, she not that cute.
No, he ain't do that.
He's like,
no.
Oh, that bounced back. That's a 3.
Are you doing all that? I'm gonna look it up.
He's like, he said,
man.
Nah. So let's go. That's crazy. How you think he drive? Hold the window down.
I think he did drive too.
No, how will you drive? How do you drive blind or deaf? I'm done. He honking the horn the whole damn time with his windows down.
How you spell sonar? SNOAR.
SNOAR. Snore.
That's not snore.
That's what the word was spelled.
Sonar. So SONAR. Ha ha ha.
Very good.
Sonar, man.
No, I'm playing with you. I know you smart.
See, look, bam. The man who invented human sonar.
Yo, he like you sonar too. He like a gold bat.
Sir, we're not doing that.
Like
no,
Pokemon,
no.
Bro.
I'm cutting that out. No, we're not doing that. I'm cutting that out.
They like a Pokemon. That's me. You don't like a bat.
You see that second picture though?
That's what I'm talking about. He's like,
no, we're not doing that. Because he's using sonar. You can't look good using sonar.
I don't know what he's using. I don't know how he's doing it. So he must be like, because he has a projector, I guess.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So what if it's really, really far?
Then he knows nothing's in front of him.
I guess that's true, huh?
Like, yeah. Now I don't know what you're gonna do about the.
That's 2 miles. I'm like, whoa.
All right, yeah. Now that's on a different level. He did some shit like that. I'm like, all right.
This nigga's man bat.
No, but I saw on CBS like a long time ago, and I remember he's like on that type of tip. So when I heard about this movie, I thought he's gonna be like that, as far as like he's gonna be able to like find a way to overcome his hearing deficiency.
Yeah, jeez, I can see why you would think that. Then in that case, I didn't. I feel like they alluded to him being deaf in the previews. I don't remember the trailer or not. I don't remember if they did or not.
I honestly don't remember seeing the trailer. I remember seeing the trailer because that's what made me want to watch the movie, but I don't remember
seeing that in the trailer. Yeah. I don't remember either, so I couldn't tell you what. I don't know what I thought the movie was going to be about. I thought it was going to be about a drummer, a dude coming up in a drum game, like just drumming.
Yeah, because the title is kind of misleading too, huh?
It sounds a metal, like okay, like boo, boo, boo. But when you realize what it's about and then see it, you're like, oh, that's actually pretty dope. Like, okay, that makes sense. That's kind of cool. And it was so crazy because it just happens. Like 1 minute you're able to imagine talking to people, you do a podcast, all of a sudden you can't speak no more.
Crying, bro.
Like, what would you do? Like, you can't speak no more.
I just told you I'd be crying, bro. I really be like, yo, like
you can't sign language over a podcast. You have to video cast and you can do a sign language. At that point,
I'll use Siri and just type.
I guess so, but yeah, you could probably have a podcast that way. But
these whole ass niggas, no, honestly, if I honestly was like I couldn't speak anymore, I would basically just do behind the scenes shit. I basically just like set up the whole thing and make fun of y'all while y'all like talking. Like, oh, y'all can talk, and just.
You back there talking shit or saying shit? I don't know what you do.
Yeah, honestly, I would make fun of y'all for being able to talk because it would hide my pain a little bit.
Damn, so you would roast us people to talk?
That's what hurt people do. Like we ain't fun people.
I do it all the time. But like, what would that be like? What would that?
I'm not making the noises, bro. I'm not doing.
No,
that.
I'm saying like, what's the okay? So like, if you can, because your friends always try to accommodate you, so you can't talk. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm trying to think of how we would engage with you, knowing you couldn't speak. Like, would we still be like, hey, what's up? Like, da da da. Or would it be like, I would learn sign language. I would have to learn sign language. We both had to learn sign language so I could talk to you.
Yeah, I would definitely have to use sign language.
We have to learn sign language and shit. That actually be kind of like crazy. Like, we be signing to each other, like, yo, talking mad shit to somebody. But yeah, I don't know. I just think like that shit would be crazy, bro.
What did he say? My bad. I remember the Chris Crack line because of what you were saying. I'm paraphrasing. He said something about
give it up for crack.
Not that one. Blind people have low light bills. Chris Crack said that shit. I thought that shit was smart as shit. But anyway,
yeah, I don't know. I think blind would be the worst for me. I don't know. I would not want to be blind. That's what I would not. I wouldn't want to be any of those things. But
if you choose one not to be,
yeah, I think for me it's blind. I don't want to be blind. I don't know. But not being able to hear is just as bad because like imagine you walk in and someone's run up on you and you can't hear them, but you can probably feel. I always believe in my head, which I don't know how true this is, but I always believe because you don't have one sense, your other sense is hyping up.
That's some superhuman shit.
No, just something like your other senses just are more improved because your brain can focus on those other senses more because it doesn't do just one. That's what I just assumed would happen. So I would in my head. Maybe you could feel energy a little bit. Like I could feel a nigga staring at me. You could feel somebody staring at you. You know what I'm talking about? Like you be sitting somewhere, you could like who the like you be sitting there doing something. You be like, who the fuck is looking at me? You just look around and see somebody looking at you. They start laughing. You be like, what the fuck?
I always feel that's dope and weird how that happens. When someone's staring at you intently on some goofy shit or on some real life violent shit, I always find it weird how like you can be doing something real. You can be doing something real focusing. And you're like, someone's looking at me.
Well, here's my logic. This is some Fredtastic logic. This is some like shit that I do. Okay. So everything is made up of energy, right? Everything. Okay. Everything.
All right, chakra energy or like just energy?
Energy is energy, bro.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Energy is energy. Even chakras is energy.
Chakra energy is different than energy though. So yeah, energy, that's like plasma energy. Yeah, chakra energy. Then you got chakra. My bad. Go ahead.
See, you take in 1 + 1.
I was trying to figure out.
2, bro.
No, you right. You got it.
2.
You got my bad.
Energy, right? Everything's made up of energy or some sort of energy. Maybe there's different types of energy. It's all energy. At the end of the day, it's all in the family of energy, right? Mm-hmm. And I do believe that sometimes, because we're all made up of energy, there are ways to tap. There's ways to tap into this energy. Okay. And I think that sometimes, like when you feel somebody intently looking at you, there's a type of energy that comes with some like when someone says they're looking at me with murderous intent. Mm-hmm. If there's this feeling that this energy that comes from that, and so that energy I think is sharp. I think that's a sharper energy. Right. So when they're doing it, that energy is pointing and focusing on you, and so it actually reaches out and reaches you, and so that's why you feel it because it connects to your energy. And you feel that. I really believe that. That's why energy. Like someone can walk into a room, you can be like, "Ooh, you feel that? You feel the tension."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you feel that. Like and I think it's all energy.
Damn.
And so I really think that's why like when someone's staring at you, you can feel it because they're literally directing their energy towards you, and so they're purposely reaching out to touch you.
Someone's getting ready for the 21st,
huh? Yeah, bro.
No, I do. Also, real serious shit. I do believe that too. I do believe that because it's like like you said, you could be out in the middle of nowhere and you'll feel someone just like they lock in on you, and like you said, you feel that energy, like you said.
Yep. Like you just stop, or like you watch a movie and guys walk in and someone's following him, he just stops. And he's like,
Yeah.
And then you just be looking around. That's why a lot of times when you watch the spy movies, when the spy is like following a person, they're not really looking at the person all crazy.
True.
They're often they're reading the newspaper, they're acting really normal because they're trying to keep their energies low, so you don't feel that presence. It's like presence is energy. It's energy, bro.
That is true. You're right.
And so that's why I be like, yeah, that's what it is. When someone's like looking at you crazy, that's why you'll stop. You be like, oh fuck it. And then you look at that person be sitting there smiling with a big ass. You be like, okay, he was reaching out to me, like looking at me crazy or something.
That's always the funniest.
Yep. You be like,
Smells on some goofy shit, like, hey, I was looking at you. Like, keep your eyeballs on somewhere else.
Or even when I just was talking about you.
Yeah.
It's energy, bro.
Yeah. Hey,
energy,
man.
it reaches you, dog. It's just, man, I'm telling you.
You ain't wrong. I hear you.
That's why I believe. Anyway. But yeah, so that's why I thought that what happened, so it would heighten up. So like if someone's walking behind you, you would feel that. You'd be like, okay, someone's behind me, what's going on? It feels like or I'd feel the ground, or maybe I could feel it through the ground. I don't know. It depends on where you are. That's why I always thought. So I was like, I don't know, but I just think being deaf would just being anything that you were not, and then suddenly becoming, I think would be like,
fuck yeah.
Like,
fuck
what?
yeah.
Like you just wake up, you can't hear, like.
He's so used to it. Especially that's how it was for him. Like he couldn't hear shit. Like he went to sleep, woke up, and was like deaf. And it's not a spoiler anyway, just letting y'all know.
Oh, it's like in the joint. It tell you he goes deaf.
Like, I'm saying, like, so like, oh, he's spoiling the movie. Like, no, like, you know he's gonna be deaf.
Yeah. So the movie I thought the movie was pretty cool because it goes through all the situations that he has to go through, and the things that he was dealing with, like as a person trying to get his hearing, or trying to get accustomed to the world.
Yeah.
That it was, and one part was fucked up though. I don't know if you want to give into that, but the whole him getting the thing. Well,
no,
that spoils it. Yeah, I don't know. It was just some of it was like really like, damn, like dog, like why are you doing this? And some of it I felt bad about because he was kind of told, he kind of almost promised something and wasn't at the same time.
Yeah, but like, so I understood that because like he did everything he could in his power to get to cope and deal with what was going on in his life. And I respected that because some people just give up and just like, oh, I can't do anything. Woe is me. He was like, no, like, fuck this shit. Like, I'm not giving up. I've been through too much or whatever. Like, I made my whole career off of like me making music and like being able to hear.
Yep.
And so now I can't hear. It's like, no, I'm not taking this line down.
Yep.
And so I respected him for that. But like when getting that to the end, it was like,
yeah, he ends up going to a community and learning things. I thought that was cool. I thought that was really dope. Like he goes to the community, he starts to learn things, starts to make friends. First he wasn't, because he wasn't. Yeah, I mean, you're going through those stages. I think it's depression or grief. Like you said, grief. And he was going through those stages where it was like first it was like denial, like nah, fuck this, and it was like, oh shit, this is really happening. And then we finally was like started coming around. He started opening up more to people and stuff. And be like, fuck, this is what it is.
Yeah.
And then it was. I thought it was directed well. I thought the cinematography of the movie was decent. Like nothing was crazy about it, but like I don't know, man. It really just made me like really appreciate my senses, dog. Like, cause I was. Like,
I feel like what it's for. Like, if you just watching, just like kind of like, if you just watching it, you kind of feel like it's a slow movie for what it is. But you actually kind of like once you get to the end, it's satisfying. It's gratifying because you kind of like you're like in sync with him and where he's at in a sense. Because like you like I say like you understand like he went through everything. I probably would have done the same shit. Yeah, everything he did, I'm like, you know what? I get it. Do that shit.
Yeah. And seeing that there's a lot of things that you would have done. What's something that he did in the movie that you would not have done? Like I would know I would have done this.
Damn, I don't want to give up. I don't want.
I think I thought about this. I was as I told you, I don't want to give it. I was like, we're doing movie reviews. It's gonna be kind of hard to not give up the tea.
Oh fuck it, let's do it.
To spill the tea without. I mean, you're doing a review of a movie.
No, fuck tea. I don't want tea anyway.
Oh, okay.
Oolong tea. The fuck's oolong?
Okay.
It's green tea. I don't like green.
Okay.
What tea we got? Jasmine? Who's Jasmine? Oh wait, never mind. We know Jasmine.
Drink my water.
Hey, nah. Nah. So we gonna spill the beans. Beans, fuck beans. But nah. I had the bean rhyme in my head. It says something about beans and tooting. But anywho, so there's a scene where he gets surgery that I would have done. Hella risky. The community thing was hard. The community thing was smart.
I would have done the community thing. I definitely would have done the community thing.
Would you have stayed or would you have left?
I would have stayed.
The whole time?
I think I would just stay. Like,
but you're a prisoner there to a certain extent.
No, you can leave when you want to go.
You can leave when you want to go, but it's like once you leave that realm, there's no one around you, so I'm gonna be able to speak sign language.
Well, the idea is like I would imagine that when you go places, y'all kind of go together. You live there for a reason. Your purpose of living in a community, so that you probably rarely have to go places outside the community. When you do, you probably going with a friend or whatever, or maybe you go out to the real world. And I mean, there's ways of indicating and letting people know, I'm sure, that you're deaf without being like, I'm deaf. Like, there's ways of, no, I'm being serious. Like, there's ways of doing it without telling people that. Like, even when I used to go to Mill, I would see deaf niggas in the club all the time. Oh, God, I would see deaf niggas in the club. They be pulling. I'm dead. They waving a little John. She's like, why is he waving? And she'll come over like, what's going on? So she'll go over there, and then she start talking to him. He'll be like, oh, and he'll be like, telling her he can't hear her. He'll like sign to her or whatever. He'll start like teaching her little things or whatever. She's like, oh my God. And she be
origami,
whatever it may be, nigga. They do their little thing or whatever. She be talking to him. They typing in the John and shit. Let me get your number so I can text you type shit. So now they texting back and forth. He already got the, like, man, look, these niggas out here, bro.
The digits.
He already got the digits, bro. They right here. Yeah, I'm gonna call you from a distance. I'm like, all right, girl, I see you. No, but I mean, like, no, I mean, and yeah, like when a lot of times when I meet deaf people, they're usually, not say they don't go solo dolo, but usually when I've seen deaf people, they've always been in groups. It's like at least been like two of them together.
Yeah, true.
Or someone that could interpret what he wanted, what he needed, or whatever. And so I've never seen that person out and about by themselves.
I knew one person that was by himself, but it wasn't. We was at work, so he wasn't really by himself. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Was he deaf? Like couldn't hear, or he couldn't speak, or what was? Well, I guess either way, you sign it.
Both.
Oh damn.
Yeah, he couldn't. As far as I knew, he couldn't really speak. He made noise with his mouth, but like he couldn't hear. Like you would, I don't want to say his name, but you'll call him, and he wouldn't respond. I was at Amazon. I remember he hit me with a cart.
Damn.
But that was my life.
A cart, like a movable drive truck.
No, his car.
Oh, his car.
I'm fucking with you.
I was like, why did he drive? I was like, wait. How did he drive if he couldn't hear? Like,
I think he did drive though. I'm not 100% sure.
How did he? Okay, I was wondering that. Remember, I asked you too. I said, "Can deaf people drive?" And I was like, "If so, how?" Because I'm sitting here like,
but the key ignition, how it remixed to the kitchen. What you want me to tell you?
Wow, your newer cars have like a lot of your features, like so that they know to be like, "Hey, someone's in front of you, stop the car. Hey, someone's in back of you, stop the car. Hey, you're trying to merge in, but something's there, stop the car." Like, there's a lot of technologies now for that, but
back then it wasn't like that.
There wasn't. So how do you drive? Like, are you even allowed to drive? Because that's technically impaired.
Like I said, I thought I saw him once get in the driver's seat, turn on his car, and drive off. I could have swore I saw this man do that. Man, if I had a homie I could text, and I'm gonna text right now.
Text him while we on the show, because I am definitely not concerned. Actually, I'm a little concerned.
Why are you concerned?
Huh?
Why are you concerned?
Because I'm picturing what I understand what deaf is. Deaf mean you can't hear. Nigga, if a car or siren is coming, how do you hear it if you can't hear? That's what I'm concerned about.
Lights.
So a fire, but sometimes the things are in the back of you. You don't see that shit. It's daytime. You're not seeing that. So that's what I'm concerned. Like
rearview mirror.
But yeah, a lot of times when a fire truck is coming, you don't necessarily just see the truck. These things pop up out of nowhere. 9 times out of 10, you're driving, your windows down, and then I'll just like you ever been like a motorcycle. Yeah. And you don't even hear the, you don't see the bitch, you don't hear the bitch. They just vroom. You're like, what the fuck? Where'd that come from?
That is true.
So I'm like trucks, like fire truck can do that just as easily.
I'm saying breaking records and shit.
So I'm definitely not. I'm not concerned, but
you kind of have questions that you want.
Oh yeah, I have mad questions I need answered.
I just texted the homie, so hopefully he'll see it in a second. No, I would assume that you just kind of like live out a certain normal life. You probably have drivers and shit, and probably now at this point you have like Uber.
Deaf people can still drive.
They can?
Yeah.
See?
And certain places won't. Now certain places discriminate against them and stuff and say you can't drive for us, blah 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 blah, and stuff. Yeah, they because they're concerned, like mine, ignorant. They don't know. And I know, like that's a genuine, like legit.
You're right. 'Cause I remember, if I didn't experience it or thought I saw that, I wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying?
You're like, well, how do you drive? You can't hear. I gotta be able to hear.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm still kind of wondering like how that works. I'm
really curious if like my homie remembers if he drove or not.
Yeah, I want to know how. Like how? I don't understand how they drive. Like,
when we singing the R. Kelly song again?
Oh gosh.
I don't know if that's how the song goes, but anyway, yeah. So I feel like I wouldn't like the community thing was dope because basically when we said community, so basically, they had when Old Boy was deaf, he was calling doctors and stuff for help of like, what can I do? I need surgery. I don't need surgery this and third. Surgery that he got offered was like a cool like 10,000, and he was like, no, I ain't got that. And so another person called was like, hey, like I have this one dude that can probably help you. And so he didn't live out of the boonies, but he lived like super far away. And he was like, hey, like everybody here is deaf. Like, you'll be fine here, but do you want to stay? Like, it's the only way I can like help you is if you stay here. And he was like, first he was against it, of course, and then he kind of was like, his girl, which is like part of the rock and roll duo, was like, all right, like, you need to stay. Like, I can't help you be deaf. Like, I don't know how it works. And so when he stayed there, it like his.
What they would do? I thought they were like in a band.
Yeah, it's just them two.
Oh, I thought they were like in a whole band or some sort.
There's also some white stripe shit. Yeah, white stripes. And yeah, when his girlfriend left him there, he learned sign language. He kind of like got accustomed to like the lifestyle, but he still knew what hearing was, so he was locked onto that.
Right. That's a huge thing. I think a lot of them were there just deaf from jump.
I think a lot of people were. If they weren't, they probably got deaf. They probably were deaf sooner than he was. Like he was like in his 30s or some shit.
Yeah, like he had just went deaf like 2 days ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just got deaf. Like, you know, that's crazy.
I just got
That nigga was so deaf, and it was crazy. I was like, damn, all that music, you so deaf.
I think I thought it was dope to have a community where like all people were like trying to look out for each other and benefit one another and like trying to grow as individuals. Yeah. I wish that like more people had things like that, you know.
It did say that he had ended up getting I guess it's based on a true story. He ended up getting a deal with Def Jam.
No, he didn't. You a fool, bro. You a fool.
So Def was gonna sign with Def Jam, got him first. I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, so you wild. So my man hit me back. He said that he does drive.
Yeah, because I guess I guess driving is primarily visual.
Yeah, but like you said, like you kind of want to hear like honking horns and shit like that. But also depends on what type of level of deaf you are, because some people are more deaf than others. Like
some people can't hear, and like some people can hear like bangs. Some people can't hear any, can't hear words or whatever it is. Some people can't hear at all. It's just silence. So I remember him sleeping different. He slept harder than normal because he couldn't hear. Remember, he was sleeping and then he said he slept like really long time. They had to come wake him up.
In the movie?
Yeah, he had to come wake him up because he couldn't hear. Oh. So he slept longer. He slept. I think he slept. No, he didn't sleep longer. That's not true. He still got up early because he was kind of an early bird, but he would sleep more solidly because he wasn't waking up for the alarm or nothing. Like you can't hear it anyway. Like, yeah. Damn, how do you do? I guess you just wake up.
No, like you. So say you have an alarm, you probably have something that's like vibrating. Like on my Apple Watch, like it vibrates along.
Stun on us peasants who don't have Apple Watches.
Along with it making noise, which is hella annoying, it vibrates too. It vibrates to the point where it will wake you up. So I'm pretty sure like they had Apple Watches back in the day.
I have an alarm for. That's dope. Anyway, keep going. But yeah,
you got 5 alarms like me?
Not for waking up. I'll wait to wake up. But
damn, must be nice.
It is beautiful. I just wake up like, all right, it's 5. What am I gonna do?
Wake up.
Watch this anime. Watch some YouTube. Pray. Maybe read. Usually I don't read, but
reading in the morning is hella hard. I'm sorry, I can't do. I would fall right back to sleep.
It depends on what I'm reading. It really depends on what I read. Sometimes I read articles. Like I'll just go read some few articles here and there. I'll go to like NPR or the Associated Press and go through those things real quick.
You just name dropping, huh?
You know my friends at the places. Like, what? Nigga, you ain't say anything.
You say a lot though.
Yeah, but I will say this. You have a real good question here because there's a part in the movie where the boy decides that he's gonna try to get his hearing fixed, and then and old dude who was the manager / owner of the deaf community. The deaf community.
I was gonna say the deaf poetry drama or some shit.
Nah, I was gonna say I didn't want to call it a resort. But I was like, what do you call it? Like not a reservation either, but like I saw the word as a community.
A deaf resort.
I mean, like
I know, but that's not what it was. That's why I was gonna laugh.
I mean, and so they went there, and when old boy went back, he got mad. The owner got mad. I was like, you gotta leave. Like everybody here doesn't he said that everybody here doesn't see their deafness as an impairment. They see it as a part of who they are, and they live with it, and they grow with it. It's part of their living style, and they go with it. You seem to see it as a curse or whatever it is. That's why you try to get it fixed, because you see it as a problem. You only fix problems.
That's how he said it. Yeah. And I thought the way he worded it was hella smart. It was very beautiful, because it made 100% sense of like, oh, like I get why you come at me like that.
Yeah. So we kicked him out of the community, and the question you asked was that wrong? I kind of was like, one is his community. It
is. At the end of the day, that is his community, his property. It don't matter. So
starting with that, I would say it's his community. 2, I would say he wasn't wrong, because the whole point of a community is getting people to be on the same track mind and stuff like that, and things of that nature. And that's not the same track mind. That's not that. And so it's like, you want our support and you want to be part of this deaf community, but you alter yourself to not be.
Yeah.
And so it's like, well, you obviously don't want to be here, or else you would have did these things this way. Or if you want to make your life better, we'll make your life better, but this no longer is going to be a good fit for you.
Yeah.
At least you're no longer a good fit for us, so you can leave. Like, that's fair, Nate. I think that's fair.
But I thought it was not morally wrong, because I don't think the morals kind of came into play at this. I feel like it was wrong in the sense of like, just because he wanted to, like, you're fine with taking him in as long as he's deaf. You know what I'm saying?
When he first got in there, we say the whole community is deaf.
Yeah, and he's still deaf.
Right, but he now has hearing implants. He's walking around with something different from everybody. He's got these things on his head, Bluetooth speakers on his head, whatever you want to call them. That's what they look like, little Bluetooth headphones on his head, so he can hear. Right? You seen them because he popped them. I was surprised he took them off. I was like, I didn't know you could take them off. I figured. That. I didn't know that. He like twisted them and it came right off. I was like, holy shit! I was so shocked. I did not know that was possible. And so he takes them off or whatever. And the guy was like, no, like, because I think again, it's the idea of people have took the time to get accustomed and grow comfortable with who they are in this, by that imagery that they see now. This guy who has the things on his head, because his deafness is a, cause I don't know what they would call him, but that's a problem. That his deaf was a problem for him, that he didn't think deaf was cool, or that deaf was
okay.
That it was okay to be this way.
Yeah.
So he had to get it. It was a problem for him. That's why he tried to get it fixed. I think that would send a message throughout the community, and I think that's why I think it was fair again to like, well, yeah, like you're sending a message that like is not like.
It essentially would be cancerous to the community.
Yeah, like, and so it's not me. I don't like you. It's just like, no, like at this point in time, like we've done what we could for you. We taught you how to live with it. You decided that doesn't work for me. I'm going to go get this instead.
So I think that's my problem. It's the fact of like, not everything works for everybody.
Right.
Granted, he doesn't have a choice because like he can't hear.
Right.
But it's to a point of like, if you only house me because I'm deaf, it's kind of like you only okay with me as long as I have a handicap, if that makes sense. But
we're a deaf community.
Yeah, that's what I said. But like I said, we're still on the pretense of like, only people that are allowed here is deaf people. And if you're not deaf, or if you feel like your deafness is going to be an issue, then I can't house you.
How is it? Okay, I guess I'm not understanding how you see that as not being fair. Like we taught you how to live without altering your body in any way, shape, or form, to live with deafness. We taught you how to communicate.
That was crazy.
We taught you how to do everything you needed to without altering your body.
Mm-hmm.
You said your way of living is not good enough for me, so I'm going to go get this other thing, or doesn't work for me.
Yeah, that doesn't work for me.
At this point in time, once you decided that the way we do things is not good enough for you, you don't need to be here.
Right. And like he was just like, I say a little bit longer. That's like his main thing. Which granted, like you kind of can't.
Right. Once you chose to go against the belief, you chose to not believe what we believe and follow what we follow. Why would I allow you to stay? You need to leave.
I'm still deaf. Just with antennas.
You could be deaf, but you chose not to be. It's not about you being deaf as far as what the situation is about now. It's about you not wanting to follow our way of living. I can't have. That's cancerous to the community. You can't be here.
That's like Dr. Umar having a village full of black people, and then like he kicked someone out because they married a white woman.
If your belief is that you need to be black married, whatever, all the way through and through, and you choose to go outside of our beliefs, why do I have to house you because you want to do something on your own?
Because he's still black. He's got a white woman.
Okay, but you don't follow. It's not just about you being black.
So that's basically where I was at the end of the day. It's like, at the end of the day, like you said, it's his community. It's kind of like his rules. So you can't really say anything about that, you know? Right,
because I think again, it goes. It's not. I don't think it has to do with like bunk if it was a community or not. It's about the fact that it's a community. In this community, these are the rules we follow. It's like if everybody in the community we paint our houses brown, and you take and paint your house green. Like, we all have our houses brown for a reason. Like, no, you decide to go green. Like, go to the green community.
But there's no green community, there's only brown ones.
Oh, then you got to either follow suit or you go create your own. Look at the Yakub. Yakub was creating all these other different type of people. Look at that. What happened? He left the community that he was part of to go somewhere else to go create his own people. Like,
you ready for 21st? Huh?
And so that's the idea is that, like, yeah, like if you don't bond, or if you're not binding well with somebody or something, you leave and you go elsewhere. So I get the idea that yes, he was still deaf. That you're right. He was still deaf. That's why, and his deafness was a problem for him. That's why he went and did what he did. You can't still stay here and be like, well, your way of living doesn't work for me, so I'm gonna stay here and bum off of you guys, but do my own thing. Fuck that. Get out.
Well, you put it like that.
That's what you're doing at this point. You're literally saying your way doesn't work for me, but I'm gonna stay here. Like, no, that's poison. You poisoning the tank. You gotta go.
I guess I'm just feel for the character more than I should.
I feel like there's different ways looking. I feel like you're looking at definitely from a surface level. If he's deaf, he should be able to be in the deaf community. And I'm looking at it from the bottom as far as like, he is deaf. I'm looking for underneath in the sense of he is deaf, but this community stands on this, and he doesn't want to stand on that. Then you have to go.
I agree, and honestly, I understand. I understand why he did. But I was like, damn, I just wish we had to do him like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the end of the day, he made the choice to get this.
Right, like he did it himself. And the man said, hey, this is what communities will believe, and this is what it is. Like, if you want to go alter yourself and do that stuff, that's cool, but you can't stay here after you done did that.
Right.
Like, if we a community that leaves and no tattoos, you will get tattoos. Guess what you got to go do?
Get the tattoos removed.
Get tattoos removed or leave.
Probably leave.
Like that's how that goes. Like, we said not to do this and you went and did it anyway. Okay, well, bye.
Real quick, for life in a year, what would you give that?
Life in a year, I say a smooth 6 months.
10.
Yeah.
Damn, 6.
Yeah. What'd you give it?
I'll probably give it 7.
Okay.
It's not much CTV, but you know what I'm saying. Sound of Metal, what would you give that?
I think I would give that 7 sponges out of 10.
Really?
I like that one more. To me, that one made me think and feel more. Like in the first one, in the Life for a Year, it wasn't relatable on a lot of different levels for me.
Yeah, true.
But I know you don't like relatable things, because when things relatable, from according to the last episode, when things relatable, you like them less.
I can relate to it. I just can't have crazy anxiety about it. Like, I'm not an anxiety person. That's like, nah.
Yeah, because when they're relatable, you like them less. No, I'm just messing with you. But I give you the look. So for me, that's why I gave what I gave it. It wasn't as relatable. I mean, you got this kid coming from the situation, and I things he was doing, I was like, I understand the value of doing. I understand why he was doing what he was doing, but I just felt like for me, it just wasn't something I would have did. So I was like, yeah, I'm good on that. I just wouldn't do it. So I was like, nah.
I can see everything that he did. I can see myself doing a lot of that shit.
If I wasn't the person knowing that person, and they told me the things that they was telling me and showed me things they were showing me, I'd be like, do I really still want to go down this path and go down this road? If I really felt that way about the person, I would have, but I would have done as much as I could for that person. But I wouldn't even afford 90% of the shit that he did. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I wouldn't even afford half that shit. So that's why I was like, yeah, nah.
I mean, you saw what happened. So
I was like, yeah. Okay, cool. Like, and then know you have to go through all this at the end. Like, then what happens?
I mean, that was unknown. Like what happened at the end was unknown. That was not part of the plan.
At the end?
Yeah.
That wasn't known. He knew that was going to happen to her. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
The whole reason.
You talking about Life in a Year?
Yeah.
Oh, it's about Sound of Metal.
No, I was going back to Life in a Year. I was like,
Sound of Metal. Yeah. Oh, my bad. Life in a Year.
I was like, I wouldn't do a lot of it wasn't as relatable. I was like, I wouldn't go through a lot of that stuff, like just going through all that. And I was like, honestly, no, like, I wouldn't want to see you miserable, and I'd probably be like, okay, let's I'm gonna hang out with you, kick it with you, and we gonna do stuff together and stuff. I'm trying to make the best time for you, but I don't think I'm gonna get involved romantically with a person going through that situation. Like
you can't control your romance, bro. You can't control love.
You can't. You're right. You can't get in control of that. But at the same time, from a standpoint of thinking logically, like I'm a logical person. I think a lot of people are. They'd be like, okay.
A lot of people are logical.
There's a lot of people who are logical.
You're right. My bad. You're right.
There are a lot of people who aren't. There's also a lot of people who are just like, okay,
I think majority of the world is not logical.
Who you think is not logical? Give us examples.
I'm not logical all the time.
Put them out there. How so?
Can I do some shit? I was like, yo, that was not smart. That wasn't even logical for you to do.
I think
I feel like there's a difference between smart and logical. And logical is like, you put something on the stove and it burns. You put something on the stove and the stove is on. What do you think is going to happen? Oh, it's going to burn. All right, that's logic. That's common sense. And it's times where like you do something, and you're like, oh, I put the item on the stove and the stove was on, but I didn't think it was going to burn.
I think there's a difference between that's not logical. I don't think that necessarily is a difference between logical and logical, because logical is based upon you thinking, you doing something based off of thought, versus emotional. You didn't think how you feel.
I don't be thinking, nigga.
That's the difference. So like you could do something stupid and still be like, you're a logical person. You just didn't think that through.
I'm gonna use that if now when we get arguments. I'm gonna use that
versus it used to be was like, oh, that was stupid, but that's still logical. That's still a logical process. You didn't think it through correctly. Versus you being like, I feel like I should put it on the stove. And like that's an emotional thing. Like I felt in my heart it should go on the stove, so I put it there. Like that's emotional. You know what I'm saying? Versus you thinking, okay, I put it on the stove because it's gonna be closer to the thing, so I can get to it quickly. Whatever. Logical versus emotional.
Hey, you got it, champ.
That's not the difference.
No, you're right. It's that like my brain went somewhere else. Nah, I can't have this conversation no more.
Why? What happened?
I'll tell you later.
It's not podcast worthy.
No, that's how we want to send a podcast. My God. You stupid.
Spill the tea, hunty.
No, so for sentimental, I'll probably give that. I'll probably give like a 7. The idea of like I would, especially if you don't know anybody that's deaf or you know anybody that doesn't have a disability, it definitely is a good movie. Kind of like gets you an idea of like, oh, like other people out there like do have issues. You know what I'm saying you can be deaf at any point in time. Like as you clearly saw in the movie, he just was like drums. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, he was going into. He was still keeping up, like he was still drumming correctly and stuff like that. He was like, "Yo, like,
y'all hear that? What? Nothing.
Headphones ain't working." He realized he wasn't wearing headphones. Like, shit. Ooh. That's the crazy part about these headphones is fuck. Wait a minute. Like, these noise canceling Johns is pop. Who got the beats? Oh shit, that nigga did not have on no beats.
These sound cancellations is killing.
He said he got the noise cancellation Johns.
So we're gonna go to the last movie, which is gonna be a oldie but a goodie. So
oh gosh,
we can spoil the shit out of this. So the reason why this movie came up is because a friend of ours said was the main character in the wrong. So the movie we're talking about is A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. A Thin Line Between Love and Hate follows a young man by the name of Darnell that is a self-proclaimed ladies' man. So much so that if he sees a beautiful woman, he feels like he has to have her in bed. Everything is great until he finds a woman that provides a challenge of sorts.
Nigga.
So when this movie came out in the 90s, right?
Yeah, I think it's the early 90s.
And I remember when the movie first came out, a lot of people were saying that like the girl I would say Angela Bassett. What's the young lady's name? That dang, why my brain just like really freezing right now? Lynn Whitfield?
No. Hold on.
Lynn Whitfield, Chris Redfield.
Who we talking about?
The young lady, his counterpart.
Came out in 96, apparently.
Damn.
And
Casey and JoJo was
it was
Lynn
Whitfield.
Lynn Whitfield. What was her name though?
The
character name.
Brandy Webb.
Brandy. What was I saying? Oh, when the movie first came out, people were saying Brandy was like in the wrong. She was like out of pocket because like she was like she tried to kill our main character, which is Martin Lawrence. So Darnell.
Yeah, he plays Darnell Wright.
But as you get older and you kind of like things change in life, you kind of see things with different perspective. Darnell wasn't shit,
bro. Like. Watching that movie as an adult, I don't remember it as a child that much, but I remember I seen it.
I never saw it, but I always heard about it.
But watching this movie as an adult, you do go like, okay, this is one of the few times where I watched the movie and really was like, yo, niggas, like this nigga really ain't shit. Like he really had me go, nigga, this nigga ain't shit.
Yeah, I co-signed that. I was like,
yo, like you wildin', bro, like you, and it's not that you can't. if that's your lifestyle where you entertain men, you entertain men. That's not the problem. The problem is that like you would make plans and then bail and promises and not keep them, and you weren't a stand up guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you was like you wasn't a good dude, but like you wasn't a man of your word. That was the problem. His integrity wasn't there. He had no integrity.
No, he had integrity. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Like, no, but integrity, I mean, you do what you're doing. Integrity is when you like you don't stand behind. You know what I'm saying? You don't stand behind your word and shit. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be there and don't be there.
He wasn't a man of value.
Yeah, like he didn't value his word at all. He was like, he would tell a girl this and
scholar.
Okay, nigga, we get it.
Metal.
Okay, radio. But it was crazy. Like, he was just doing all that, and I was like, wow, like this dude was really just like, yeah, I'm gonna do this and third, and you know, I got you, I'm gonna promise you this and third, and then would be off and about doing this thing, and then like just bail on people. And I was like, bro, like you can't live like this. Because it was getting not only that. What made it so bad was that he worked at a club, so he was inviting all these girls to the club that he was messing with. And I was like, nigga, you don't do like.
Sounds smart to me.
You want shit where you eat at?
Why not? That boy was a fool, huh?
You was gonna say co-sign this nigga shit, huh?
Nah.
Why not?
Being for real, like that nigga was stupid. Like, being honest, the guy, like, that nigga was dumb. Like, it was a lot of shit. I was like, first off, like, why you entertaining that many women and you kind of like leading them on of like, oh, you be my girl, you be my girl.
Yep.
I ain't gonna say I love you, but you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, yeah.
And then he took and broke his rule. Then he broke his rule and told that girl he loved her.
Yeah, and
just to smash.
And like I'll let pussy as much as the next man, but I ain't gonna do all that. Like, it ain't that serious.
He loved her just to smash, and she had already told him like, yo, like she even told. Okay, this lady, Brandy Webb, even told her character. So what happens is in this movie, Darnell, as you said, was working at the club, Chocolate City.
So if you bring up the part I'm thinking about to bring up, I have a fight for that. I have a good fight for that. So
okay, so he sees this lady in the club. He finds Brandy Webb to be really attractive. He's like, I want her. So he ends up making a bet with his friends that he could get the girl, basically, and he was like, so he could sleep with her, basically. Long story short.
Long story short, yeah.
And so he starts his prowl. He starts going on a hunt for her. He starts off by getting her. She tried to get at him, but she kind of turned him down or whatever. And he's like, she's not getting away. So like he went outside, got her license plate, basically looked her up, and ended up showing up to her job like the next day with some flowers.
Man,
I was like, bro, you bugging off rip already. Like,
yeah, nah.
You showed up to her job with flowers. She was like, what the fuck? Like, she was like going off.
That's stalking. Like, I understand that was in the 90s. The rules of the 90s was definitely blurred, obviously. But my nigga, nah.
Especially after she told you no type shit. Like, if you want to send her flowers, okay, just send her flowers. Sure, send her the flowers. But even in that stalker shit, like, you didn't get no permission, bro. You ain't get no permission. That's still stalker shit. But at least you ain't there in person. Like
I understand it. Like, she said no, and you was like, nah, I know she liked me. And you getting the vibe. I get that. But she said, "Nah, you can't pull up to the job."
That's correct. He showed up to her job, walked into her office while she was in the meeting at that. Just walked in and then like interrupted the meeting and started talking to her like, "Yo, tell so and so you went to call them back." Like, nigga, what? Yo, spray up the block, bro. I sprayed him up like.
Oh yeah, I was saying off of that. I was like, yeah, you kind of could do that.
Yeah, you walked in. I don't know who you are, nigga. Sprayed up, bro. Sprayed up. Yeah. Then after that, they finally start like she finally got him. They start kicking it and stuff. And then at one point they were, I think at one point they were talking, and they start having sex or whatever. And then during that moment, she straight up tell him. First of all, she asked him, "Do you love me?" He said,
"All right, yes, we need to get to that part first.
Let's get to that part.
All right, so she's like, so before she says, "Do you love me?" She's questioning him of like basically like, "Do you need me? Do you want me?" Like asking questions that to me are red alarms. Like I'll lose all my thoughts. Like, hey, like, yo, what's up? You good? Like, why you asking me all these questions? Like, it's not just like answer questions like, oh, when does the pizza get here? Did you get potato chips too? Like, nah, it was on some shit like, you need something. And like, for me, it's kind of like, well, like, you, like, what's up? Like, you all right? Like, what's going on?
Yeah. And the reason she thought that too is because Brandy was a rich woman. Like, she's a very wealthy woman. Like, she's a wealthy woman, very well off, lived up in Malibu. And the 6 are all in Cali, if you don't know. And so, just to give more detail, Darnell Wright works at the club called Chocolate City. That's where he meets a lot of these women. That's where, and he invites some men and stuff like that. So that's where he met Brandy at.
Then he met her outside.
Yeah, outside. Cause she come in, he saw her, so he ran after her, tried to get at her, but she ain't fall for her. So then he stalked her. Then And then on top of that, like, so he's still doing his thing with other women and stuff, and dealing with Brandy. And Brandy's giving him a whole nother challenge of sorts, as you said. Mm-hmm. And at one point, they're in the couch, they're talking, and she's asking these questions as Thomas referred to them as flags. They were flags for him. They're like, hey, like, what's going on? But Darnell being so hungry for what he wanted,
pussy hungry,
just being hungry for it, he just went and was like, okay, I'm not really listening to what you're saying. I'm trying to get it on, because he kept trying to approach her. She's like, wait. Like at one point she's even like, stop, wait. Like,
she's like, yo, chill. She didn't say chill. She was like, wait, like wait. And then she like asked him, like, she's asking him this question, like, do you love me? And he looked him down. Now, mind you, he had just got to say like the 2 scenes before, like, I never tell a girl I love her. Like, not if I'm trying to do like that. And then he does. He tells her that he loves her or whatever. And then she's like, okay. I think she even told him prior to that she had been hurt before. That's why she was trying to. Not go through this, because she'd been hurt really bad before. Her husband was abusive. Her ex-man was abusive. Whatever. And she didn't want to go through that again. Blah blah blah. She does tell him that.
That's why she did. So then he said, "I loved you." They went did the thing, whatever. And then while they were having sex, she's like, "There's something I gotta tell you, whatever." And she told, mind you in bed with this. Well, this shit was so funny. Okay, it was crazy as shit. They're in bed having sex, and something came up about her ex-husband, and she straight admitted that, like, she had killed him.
She brought it up. She's like, I gotta tell you something. And he was like, oh, like, tell me whatever. He already trying to do his thing. He's like, I'm trying to do what I gotta do. I gotta tell you something for real. I know I gotta tell you something.
Paint the picture though. They're in the bed. They're naked. Like, they already started having sex. They already started doing the thing. So they already, like, you know what I mean, they going through it. And then she decides to spring this on him. So you gotta keep the mindset where he is, what his goal was, and where he is now.
At that point, if it was me and I was with a woman, she was like,
well, you want to go that far with it.
No. Bullshit, but I'm putting myself in his shoes. I'm in his soul. I'm in his body now.
Right.
If we having sex and somehow you tell me I killed my last husband, I'm like, oh, I'm married now. Like, I'm stuck with you. Like, you know what? Damn, that's crazy. At this point, I realize that, like, I can't get out of this. Like, there's no going back now. Like, I'm already in it. So, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna stop during sex, be like, oh my God, you killed someone? Oh my God, why would you do that?
He started to. He did start to, because
he
started to get out of the bed, but then she got on top of him.
No, he rolled over in shock. He was kind of like, yo, like, she really killed someone. And then she got on top. He didn't stop her. His face wanted to stop. He was like, oh,
because he was like this. He remember he hugged the blanket, so I was trying to because he started to pull his pants up and was like this, and was trying to get out the bed. And then she got
he didn't do that.
Yes, watch it again.
No, he didn't do that, bro.
Like, get out the bed. She get on top of him. He's like, what? And so this don't change anything, do it. I still really want to be with you. And he's like, what? And then she started sliding down slow. He was like, oh. I was like, yo, I would have got you. I would have got any dude. He'd be like, oh.
Yeah, at that point, I'm like, know what? I get it. I was like, if that's how everything had happened, I'm like, no, bro, I get it. You know what I'm saying? You was in it. You can't stop yourself. Cool. Trains don't have brakes. I don't think. So I get it. So, but like, he already had everything else beforehand of like, you kind of want to leave this girl alone. Like,
yep, he had all the flats. I was the last one. He's just like, what? And she slid up in it and she gave it to him, and he was like, damn.
I was like.
And right away, as soon as he was done, he started calling his boys like, "Yo, I smashed," blah 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 blah. And then she started changing on him all of a sudden. She wasn't changing. She was being free. Right, but he was like, "Whoa, like what's all the?" Remember, she was being much more on it. Remember, she wasn't. Cause that was one of the big things that kind of got him. He was like, "Yo, you didn't want me earlier. I don't want you now." And then she was like, "Remember that part?"
He deserved to die.
Cause remember, he was trying to get at her, and there was horse racing. There was riding horses together.
Oh, he said that?
Yeah, and she was like, he tried to come at her, and she was like, and she's like, no, like, I don't want to do that here, blah, blah, I don't want you. He's like, what? Like, I'm good enough for this and that, but I'm not good enough for this. He's trying to make her feel bad for, like, not letting him get physical.
That's another thing. He was very manipulative, too.
Of course,
that nigga wanted shit.
Niggas like that, that's kind of the game. That's kind of, I feel like niggas like that, you gotta be. If you're gonna be that level of a dog, you gotta be.
That's technically true.
Like, you kind of gotta be. There's no way you could be like, oh, I'm gonna let you do you, but I'm a dog. Like, you're gonna be manipulative. That's
he said, I'm a dog like Gucci Mane.
Okay, but yeah, it was crazy. But he was just out here now. He was out here wilding, bro. And it finally got to a point where he like literally like I feel like right after they have sex, then like the next like some point in time they had an arrangement. And they was supposed to meet up. I had a date, and he was meet up with her. But instead of meeting up with her, he went to his old friend that's great. He used to like, grew up with. They used to like, and instead ended up hooking with her, telling her he was gonna be with her, whatever, and just flaked on the John that the girl Brandy that he had just told he loved.
Like the day after they had sex.
Yep, and then tried to break up with her, and then she was like, "Oh, okay." And Brandy's rich and wealthy, so like she had niggas kind of following. She was like scoping him out and stuff. Remember, because she was she
Oh,
did
yeah,
a lot of stuff.
yeah.
She did a lot of different things, and
That nigga was trifling.
he was trifling, bro. And that shit caught up to his ass. It's caught up to him crazy.
You ever think about this for a minute? Brandy was like, "Oh, you can have my limo for the day. I just make sure you come back. Come see me tonight." And he had his limo driver driving everywhere, bro.
It dropped him up to go somewhere to go see Shorty.
What was he on?
He had all these clothes. He was throwing them out like, I don't need all this. I don't need all that. Like, yeah, Shorty gave some, but I don't need all that. I just want you, baby. Blah blah blah. Like, you and another girl limo riding around talking to another girl like, yo, it's you I want. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I get that's how you feel. But you got a life sentence with someone else already, my G. Like you can't go nowhere.
You already told this girl you love her. I was like, that's dirty. That's dirty shit.
I didn't even feel bad for her. I felt bad for her on some real shit.
Yeah, I felt bad for her. Like that was
damn. When that movie first came out, they tried to make it seem like he was on the wrong. Like, yo, she was crazy. And I believe that most women are crazy. There's levels to it. But I'm pretty sure most women would go to that level of crazy if that were to happen to them. Girl, I love you. She bought this nigga clothes. She let him have the limo. His life was set.
Yeah.
But that nigga was wild.
He was greedy. He was great. I was like, and she was a beautiful woman, like very beautiful woman. And she was that, and she was like gonna hold her. She held her own and stuff like that, and was doing her thing. But like, he wanted it. He got it. He won his little bet, and then he was trying to be trying to be serious with the other girl, which was his childhood friend, which he was really serious about her. Which was crazy because he was super serious.
No, he was an idiot because she was gonna go back to the Marines most likely, or she wanted to. Mm-hmm. And like, oh girl, right here, like you did all this work and like putting all this work for this woman, and you get her, she lets her guard down. She has you. She wants to take care of you and love you, and you like nah.
After you told her you love her, yep, got her to give it up. And after that, you dipped, and then was like, yep,
am I a hypocrite? Don't answer that question. Yes, that movie was nuts. Like I was like, damn. I was like, I can't believe he did that. But I could, because I know niggas ain't shit.
That movie was crazy. That movie definitely put things in perspective. I was like, wow.
Yeah, if you asked me as a kid, like was he in the wrong for that? I would be like, nah. But as I got older, I was like, nah, bro, it's not how you do things.
Yeah, it was messy. It was just super messy on his part too. Like, and again, it's not the idea that he had multiple women. It was the things that he was saying to these multiple women that I felt like that was the wrong in that. Mm-hmm. It was the things you were promising, the things you were saying. It was the lack of integrity in your character.
Even how he used the whole VIP thing. Like, oh, you ain't fuck with me? That? Are you off VIP?
Like, yeah, it was trying to manipulate them. I think that was wrong too. That was whack as shit. That was childish. Like, no, like if you put her on the list or whatever. I get the idea of like if you're not fucking with me, you don't get this. But at the same time, their reason for not fucking with you is the difference. It's not like you was a good dude and it's like, I just don't fuck with you like that no more.
I don't fuck with you because you ain't shit.
Yeah, it's like they don't fuck with you because you ain't shit. So you cutting them off for VIP is for the best. So neither one of y'all get in trouble. But you were using that as a manipulation versus being like, hey, like, you know, it was manipulation rather than stipulation. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like, well, part of fucking with me is because I have this access, you get access too, but you wasn't a good dude, so you didn't move it that way. That's the difference. You can't. Anyway, that movie was crazy. It's worth the watch because it will make as an adult. It make you like, oh, like you messy nigga, like oh
yeah, it's like yo, what is you doing? Like, I
really called this dude messy. Like, oh, he messy. That shit was crazy.
He was.
Oh, this dude's messy. Like that shit was crazy, bro.
Did he still live with his mom or he lived by himself? I thought he lived by himself. He lived by himself,
but he would come through to the moms and stuff like that. Because he was doing good at his job, like his job as far as managing and promoting. Yeah. He was good at it. He was really good, and so he kept it popping. He kept the thing. So he was good at his job. So you could have had your shorty, had your job, and then all this shit popped. Like man, it got bad. You got to see how crazy it gets because it was man. I get guns, fires. The broken tire, like nigga, like it was crazy. You gotta see this movie. It was wild, bro.
You know what makes it crazy, yo? If you would date her for a little bit, honestly, right there and there, it feels like, yo, like you killing your husband is like an issue. Like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
It kind of been all right, but like, nah.
I was like, and my thing was, had he played his cards right, and wasn't so much, he could still got the girl without having to be like, I love you, he could still could have pulled because she did like him. She was interested. Like, oh, okay.
Nah.
She did kind of like him. Oh boy, did say you got that.
She did like him. That's like a given.
And I think that because when he did the part, I will say this, the part where he came with that energy of like, well, when I was doing this and third, although I think he was wilding at that part, the idea of him coming up to her and saying, well, when I wanted you, you didn't want me, and he pulled himself away from that situation from her like that, that turned her up 10,000. So I'm sorry, I messed up on that part, but and that's how we got into the house. That's how he ended up in that situation where she invited him over and shit.
Oh,
and that's how he got there, because he pulled away. He was like, well, you didn't want me, so now I'm supposed to react because you ready for this and third. He's like, nah, like when you ready to be for real about this, you let me know. I was like, that energy, if you kept that energy from the start, like, yo, this is what I'm serious about, this and third, and was on your P's and Q's with it, you could have got that girl without having to do all that extra shit.
He wasn't serious though.
But he wasn't, and I was like, yeah, man, you could have been on his P's and Q's with that. He was a dog. Not gonna get into that. Anyway, man.
Hey, it's a good thing he had good friends, but yeah.
I think we're gonna cut it here, yeah?
Yeah,
I think it's a good time point because I got some shit we gotta get into. But this has been episode 138 of Cleaning Dishes. We want to thank you all for tuning in with us. Definitely catch this podcast on all platforms where podcasts are played. You can catch me on Twitter and Instagram at MrFredtastic.com. Where can they catch you at, man?
T. Usreno Jr. on Instagram and Twitter.
You want to shout out anything? Shout out your brand or?
Yeah, Tyology.com/shop is still available. Got clothes on there. Working on new items, new products, so keep an eye out for that soon.
Ooh, newness. Definitely cop up, you guys. There's a lot of good gear on there. I got some shit coming in too. In the mail, where's that at now?
It should be here soon. I have to check my email again because that shit was ballsy last time.
I got some shit that's coming in. That's gonna be some fire, some fuego, some exclusive shit.
It is.
But definitely check it out, guys. Follow the podcast on Instagram at Cleaning Dishes. Again, that's at Cleaning Dishes on Instagram. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to kicking it with you guys next time. Clean your hands, wear your masks, and clean your plate. Peace.
What if I told you none of this recorded?
I'm like, okay.
Would you not want to do the episode?
No, I'm like, I'm good, bro. Like, you record it?
Oh, hell yeah, I recorded.
Honestly, that was against. I'm like, we gonna.